Hello children, welcome to the 8th session of the lesson The Rabbit and the Lion. I am Kavya. Are you in the habit of reading fairy tales or comic books? What sort of comic books do you read? Stories of superheroes, or it could be godly characters, fairy tales, all these come in the form of comic books, right? Do you know what is the best thing about a comic book? These books are full of colorful pictures and graphics. You feel the characters come to life in the book. Who are some characters in comic stories that you know of? Recall. Well, I have read comics of Cinderella, Superman, Batman, Jack, Pied Piper, Akbar and Birbal, Tenali Rama, and so many. Have you heard the story of Jack and the Beanstalk? This is the story of a boy named Jack who meets a giant and takes away things from the giant's place to become rich. Pied Piper is the man who saves a town from rat infestation. But why are we talking about comic characters today? That is because today we are going to work on some comic characters and the objects they own. You are going to form new sentences indicating the ownership of objects by these characters. So yes, it's time for us to work on Think and Ink Activity 3.10. Children, as you know, we have worked on getting a good amount of practice with the use of common and proper nouns to indicate ownership. It is important for you to check your understanding of the concept of nouns indicating ownership, right? That is what the Think and Ink activity helps us with. Here you go. The activity has 3 parts. We will complete one part at a time and then proceed to the next. I will read out the instructions for you. Look at the pictures of famous fairy tale and comic book characters. Name them. Match their pictures with the objects that they usually associated with. Given here are few comic book characters and the objects that they have in the story. You will have to first name them and then match their pictures with the objects. For example, identify the character and write name of the character in the space provided. Now, match the object that they possess. Jack is associated with the beanstalk. Draw a line from Jack to beanstalk to match it. Match the characters the same way with the objects that they have. Okay? If you have your studio with you, you can complete this activity in your studio. Else, you can do this in your notebook. Don't forget to write today's date and the activity number. Pause the video to complete the first part of the activity. Press play when you're done. You can take 5 minutes to work on this part of the activity. Great. For the second part of the activity, you will need to write sentences to indicate what the object is and who is the owner of the object. An example is done for you. This is Superman's sign. Similarly, create sentences for the other characters. It's your turn to do the second part of the activity. You can take 10 minutes to work on the second part of the activity. Press pause now to complete it and play when you're done. Great. Moving on to the third part of the activity. You have a big box provided here. The instruction says, design another favorite possession of any 2 of the comic book characters given previously. Draw them here and name them. You have been given 5 comic characters in the beginning of the activity, right? You will have to design an object of possession for any 2 of these comic characters. You can pick any 2 and you can design a new object of possession for them. Draw them and name them. That's going to be super fun, right? I think most of us enjoy drawing a lot. Now it is your turn to work on the activity. You can take 15 minutes to complete the activity. Pause the video now to work on it and press play when you're done. We learnt about using nouns to indicate ownership, and we have also learnt how to use them in sentences, right? So let's consolidate our learning with an example. The activity instructs you to write a sentence using a noun indicating ownership. The noun indicating ownership is Rahul's dog. You will need to create a sentence using the noun. For example, this is Rahul's dog is one sentence that I have created. How about you? Write your sentence in your notebook. Okay children, that brings us to the end of this session. You've had plenty of opportunity to use and apply nouns that indicate ownership. You know what these nouns are called, right? They are called possessive nouns. Alright, I'll see you in the next session with some more learning. Until then, bye!